Kind of a jam. Kind of a jam. Okay. Okay. All right. Announcements. Everyone, come stream and cream. Blah, blah, blah. Bunch of water drops. Copy these links, copy these stinks, paste, whoopsie doodles. Boom, 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 add everyone, yep. Okay, and I'm just gonna go to Twitch really quick to activate that Sari bot thing that Andrew told me about. Sari _ bot. I think I do /mod Sari _ bot. Did that do it? Granted mod to Sari bot. Okay. And then what I do? How to add, authorize the bot to your channel. This step is required because it allows the bot to receive stream notifications when you go live online, detect new followers. So how do you authorize the bot? Here we go. Authorize. All right. Okay, continue. All right, and then what? Exclamation mark join. Exclamation mark join. Did I do it right? Welcome to SariBot. I will join your channel soon. Visit the website for more information. Okay. If you want the bot to block follow bots for you, type exclamation mark follow bots. Okay. Sorry, just doing a little bit of pre-show stuff. Here we go. Follow bots, get rid of that shit. For extra protection while you're offline. Okay, don't need to do that. All right, I think we're good to go. I think we are good to go. Okay. I'm gonna close that. Why isn't chat loading? Refresh. There we go. Okay. Sick. I'm gonna play that jam again, by the way. Go back. What was it called? Hold on, I'm just gonna heart it. Like 808 or 909. That's what it's called. By Andreas Dahlbach. Andreas Dahlbach. And David Nystrom. All right, what do we got on the docket? So I did a little bit of work offline, and I really started dialing in this whole sleepwalking thing, and it feels great now, and it works very reliably, and everything is looking really cool. So the next things I want to add today, what are we looking at here? Let me see. Oh, I put something in my to-do list in the middle of the night. Hang on, what is it? Yes. This is a good idea, I won't do this today. When the player is cursed, they randomly shriek and scare characters / animals around them. Okay, I'm saving that for another time though. We need to get some, that's also a very important mechanic, but I need to really get the like super just bare bones necessary stuff. Oh, I finished this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking stuff off my checklist too. Yep, events can wake you up in the middle of the night. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, you know what I should do? I think maybe maybe we no, that's not. Sorry, I'm just like vibing with this track so much. Let's see. The one thing I was thinking about right now is like, what if I work on the hair? Because right now the hair is a very static thing in the game. It kind of behaves one way, doesn't really go like it's just very on the rails. And I would like to sort of free the hair from the constraints of the old design of this game. Animal trap, yeah. Oh, maybe we do the animal trap. Maybe that's actually a pretty good one. Or animal trap or the hollowed out trees. Did I got the bushes working, right? I guess I could. I'm gonna put some to-do list items on here. Here, we'll say add more bushes, the hideable ones around the environment. Okay. Bushes to hide in, check. I could check that off because we have those. But the knocked over, okay, so let me see, is that, I think right now I'm thinking knocked over and hollowed out trees or animal trap. Those are two kind of important ones, and ones that I feel like I could knock out on stream. Oh, there's also stuff with the goat. Yeah, I think animal stuff, more programming for the animal AI and introducing some more stuff related to the animals, because those are kind of like, animals in many ways are a crucial sort of like intermediary between a lot of other systems. The way animals behave in this game ends up being so like just a manifestation of like kind of like an observable manifestation of other systems. So that's like a way that players can know that something is happening. Try not to get too into the weeds here, but that's a bit like, I'm just trying to say abstractly, that's what happens when there's certain things that happen in the game. Animals' behaviors are like illustrative of those things. And the way the player is able to interact with those animals also kind of change how other systems would behave. So yeah, they're kind of like a link. Animals in many, many ways are like a link between like the player and a lot of other systems. And without animals, there's kind of no way that the player is able to interact with those other systems. So I kind of feel like whatever I end up working on, it might be smart to start chipping away at some of these things with the animals. Oh, wait a minute. There's kind of a big one that I could do. Hold on. Yeah, the witch entering the home should maybe get sorted. Maybe we do that. Okay, let me move some things around. Let me move some things. Oh. You know what we don't have is we added the stuff with the way the husband reacts to the dinner and the sort of the dynamic way that the food is there, but the husband doesn't react if there's nothing on his plate right now. So I have a big list of different reactions for him based off of what's on his plate. He's super angry if there's no food. Also super angry if there's something on his plate but it's not edible. He's mean to you if it's just eggs or bread. And then he doesn't say anything at all if it's just meat. Or if it's meat at all. If meat is included, he just won't say anything. And same thing with his drink. We don't have any logic for that. Damn, I feel a little pulled in all directions. I don't know which thing to focus on. Oh. There's actually some stuff with bushes that needs to be addressed for sure. What? How come? Oh. Behaviors. You know what I needed that I should have done is I have a vision FSM and I have a hearing FSM, and then I have other FSMs that base their logic off of what's happening in the vision and the hearing FSMs, but I should have had a third FSM that those other FSMs listen to instead. The third FSM should have been like a awareness FSM that pulls in both the hearing and the vision and does its own internal logic about the combinations of those things and some other external factors to then spit out a like awareness value that the other FSMs could use. Because I kind of feel like I'm going to be copying and pasting what essentially is this awareness system. Chase. Shit. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. Spotted player, question mark. Vision can see fully. Let me see. Vision. Oops. This is hiding. Ah, okay. If true, the target is treated as not visible regardless of line of sight. I remember this now. Okay, so it's baked into the action. There should be two of these. There should be target covered and there should be like, oh, wait a minute. It could still be based off this. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it could be still this, but on the player and anything else like the baby and blah, 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 whatever, in the cover FSM, it could be that you're in a hiding spot. Is this that's the only one I had, huh? Temperature, thirst, Trojan horse, cross vocalizations. Oh, I also remembered one of the bugs. Temporarily stop breathing vocalizations when hushing baby. The shush should be prioritized. Okay. Yeah, because I was playing and like you can hear it going while simultaneously also going shh shh shh, and it's like that's impossible. All right. Yeah. So I think in here cover. Is this all the bushes do? The bushes just send events based off of like what was there and what isn't there anymore, huh? Get out of. I could have swore there was like something else happening. Cover. It really was just cover, huh? And then it's like in move, you kind of also get these or something. In hiding spot. Okay. That's how the bushes react, right? Do I have to... Man, I'm like getting a refresher on my own shit too. There's so much stuff that it's like sometimes I have to kind of come back and like... Okay, for example... This is one, right? Planters 7 has them. Hiding spot trigger. I'm pretty sure I could make this into a prefab and then just put this in other places too. So, anyone gone? Hiding is false. So some of these should be, I should set these as like green, right? This should be red. Okay. And it just kind of repeats itself, right? Does it not? It doesn't have a trigger either. Would it be so bad if I changed this to like half the time? So they update a little bit more. And then maybe I can optimize a little bit by turning them off based off of the player's distance. Okay. And they send to the cover FSM, get out of hiding spot, and in hiding spot. Get out of hiding spot and in hiding spot. Yeah. Is hiding, or hiding, not hiding. In it. Green and red. Alright. Bet. So when that is happening, I think when it's in the hiding spot, because basically I want to have it so that if the player turns on their candle, then they're giving themselves away, and if the baby's crying, then they're giving themselves away. Psst. Well, actually, I think that I don't know. Dude, the funk section of Epidemic Sound is actually pretty good. I'm gonna heart this too. It's kind of a jam. It's these guys again. The same guys. Andreas Dalbeck and David Nystrom. Okay. Fuck, I'm a little... When you're in the bushes, you become totally hidden unless your breath can be seen and gives you away. You have a candle lit. Your baby is crying. because here's the thing, is if you're making noise, like if the baby's crying, the witch will hear the baby and head towards that position anyway. And she'll go right to it. So I think that kind of constitutes like, I got you anyway. Like, because she's usually saying she caught you based off of some type of distance thing. Oh, actually that's not true, because she has to see you. Because, okay, here's where I'm getting stuck. I'm getting stuck because I keep thinking like, all right, well, if the player's hiding in a bush and they have the baby equipped and the baby's crying, then great. You could just do a check where it's like, hey, is the baby crying? If so, then go to a different state where this is hiding is actually false. So you're still sort of under this, like right here, like baby crying, question mark. If so, then you're like, hiding or like unsuccessful, right? It's like you're still kind of in this little realm of like, I'm trying to hide, I'm in the bushes, but like you're unsuccessful at hiding. And this can kind of just go back and forth. Like it can kind of also be asking, is baby crying? And it'll go back to hiding if the baby stops crying. And then but okay, so that's if you're holding the baby. But then it's also like you ask a question like, well, what if the player's in the bushes and for whatever reason, whatever the circumstances is, the baby was in an adjacent bush and the baby's crying. So the player doesn't have the baby, but the baby's like kind of next to them and the baby's crying. Doesn't that kind of give away the spot, right? Wouldn't the witch be like, oh, I hear a baby crying in that bush. Maybe what's being given away is the thing emitting the sound. Because I can also see that there's a case for just saying, well, the witch hears the baby, so the witch goes for the baby. But if the player isn't holding the baby, then you can almost kind of imagine in a very gamified version of trying to find somebody who's hiding in the bushes, that you might just sort of kind of be blind and feeling around within all of these bushes, and you can kind of trust your ears. I hear a baby, and then you kind of reach out and are expecting to only really grab a baby. So even if the player was sitting there, or in like the IRL scenario, like an adult human being sit like in a bush next to a baby, that like if somebody's vision was obstructed enough and they just kind of like were hearing a baby and they just went for it and they felt the baby and then they grabbed it, that they would sort of feel satiated in their pursuit of finding whatever the hell it was in the bush. They'd be like, oh, okay, well, it was this baby, and maybe there's somebody else here. Especially if you're a witch, you might be a little, but also like the witch is like, let's just get the baby and get out of here. So I think maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like, if I am making noise, then I am not in cover. And maybe you qualify I am making noise by just whatever emitters are. I don't know. This is still not the clearest way. Still not 100% sure how I'd want to handle that. Okay. You're hiding, and we'll do a couple of bool tests. We'll do we'll do a get. I think the baby actually has this logic. Let's just copy and paste some shit. Baby controls. Player has baby. Let's just copy this. Boom. Go back. Player. Paste. Boom. Okay. So that you do like a next frame event. Actually, no. You say finished. Go here. Player has baby. No. Then put a buffer here. Give little half-second buffers. Uh-oh. Boom, boom. Buffer. Buffer the boofer. If the player does have the baby, you ask, okay, well, is the baby crying? Baby crying. And this is like, maybe do an FSM bool test. I don't, where the hell is it? Is it like, baby cry? Baby is crying. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll make this dynamic. Baby, and then on a knit, we are getting get FSM game object from globals game manager. I mean, shit, while we're here, why not? Why not? Main scene objects, players baby, baby. Local game manager, because we could do this. No, let's be safe, let's be safe, let's be safe, let's be safe. Let's delete this. That's crazy. That is just too much. Put a wait in here, just so game manager has time. Make this into an action sequence. Globals, game manager. All right, there you go. Okay, and then you check, is the baby crying? And then if the baby is crying, then, oh shit, I'm gonna guess yes and no. If it is crying, then you say, what do you say this? You say like, hiding. Oh, son of a bitch. Wait, but when you're in the bush. Oh wait, no. When you're in the bush, are you constantly receiving events? Or does it only send events to new? We're about to find out. We're finding out. Is hiding equals false. Oh, look at this. We should not do the reset on exit. And we should do this. Not hiding is false explicitly. Okay, that was kind of close. Because we're using a set bool advanced. Damikos. Yo, what's up, Damikos? How's update doing? It's going awesome. I'm having a great time. The things are actually coming together really well, both mechanically and also just, you know, I'm getting high on my own supply. Like, I'm actually finding myself like in the middle of playtesting, playing with all the other parts of the game and being like, oh yeah, this feels really good to play around in. I'm having a good time. I think I'm you know, I said this in a recent stream that I can see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel. And yeah, I'm just getting super close to the point where I want to start sending it to people to get feedback on some of these things, because yeah, the systems are like I'm getting like the holistic, you know, 1,000-mile up the God's eye view kind of thing. with all the systems, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I think that basically means like, oh yeah, you can actually start, you can see this working, like all these things working together. So I want to put in a few more systems and mechanics, and then I'm absolutely going to ship this out to friends and kind of ask, I'm going to kind of give them challenges. I kind of want to ship this out to friends and say, play it, just kind of horse around, but also when you're done playing it, like, tell me what you did, and then I want to see if you can do some certain things, or if this even occurred to you, or some stuff like that. Let me know if you're interested. I don't know if this is your kind of game, if you're into playing this, or do you own it? Do you own Witch Stories? But whatever the case is, if you're interested in play testing it, let me know. How you doing? How's it going? How is everything? So after this, it's gonna have a buffer here. If the baby's not crying, then it's just gonna go here. Okay, so I wanna test this. We're also gonna, yeah, I'm gonna pause the music because I kind of want to hear the bush sound effects. Make sure that they're all coming in nice and clear. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay. Don't want to get the witch's attention. Really hush the shit out of this baby. Okay, she's fucking chasing me. Is she still hiding? I think she's right about, hold on. I mean, she's getting pretty close. Doesn't look like she's really stopping. Let's see. I own it. You told me to wait before playing. Can't wait. Okay, good. Also, let me know if, you know, because being a playtester, you're also sort of submitting to the sort of seeing how the sausage is made, and, you know, potentially kind of opening yourself up to like disillusionment of the whole, you know, magic trick or whatever. So I would also totally understand if you wanted to just wait until other people play tested it, and then you could just kind of have fun playing it at your own discretion. Totally understandable. So what is she trying to do? She's just in normal chase mode. So she's en route to target. Vision lost fully. So look at that. Let's look at the player's cover. It says get out of hiding spot. I'm out of the hiding spot? Oh, I did go a little too far, huh? Shit. Hang on. Oh, she got me anyway. Wait, also I still have my baby. What the fuck? Which sequences? She got here. Ah, right. So this, I need to put some logic here that checks for the baby first. I'm gonna do that right now before I forget, because that's actually pretty crucial. I originally moved this proposition thing up so it doesn't have to do all this other extra shit. So player has baby. I'm gonna copy these. I'm gonna copy this state, and then if the player has the baby, then it needs to skip this step, like that. Skip check. Okay. That's fine. I need to do that again. I need to do that again. You know what would be helpful? I think we do give it a UI element. I'm fully drinking the Kool-Aid about having, at least with this game, about having UI elements that tell you the state of the player. So full canvas, main status. What I want to put in here now is, let's see, for example, hunger. Select this, okay, and that takes me to this. And now somewhere in here is where we have the, there it is, okay. Excuse me. Visibility. There it is. Oh, I already put it in like that. Okay. So then add FSM, and we call this player visibility. It's kind of more like player detectability, because even though it's an eye icon, it's kind of like whether or not the player is like exposed, right? So they might be in the bush hiding, which would normally hide them, but if they're making noises in the bush, or if their baby's crying with them in the bush, then this eye would have the little X on it so that they're not hidden anymore. So this is more about like whether or not they're hidden. Is it possible that some of my messages do not get sent? I think I would normally get notifications. I'm seeing you said, how is the update doing? I own it. You told me to wait before playing and can't wait. Those are the only messages I got. Do you see like, oh wait, over there, right? Hold on. Right here. These are all the messages I can see, basically. Those line up with what my little interface says. Are there more messages that you should have sent that are not coming through? $9.50? That was just a minute ago. There's 2 missing? Were they like extreme or like were there any slurs in it? Because I did just activate this thing. This is already what I knew was gonna fucking happen. Like, if this is what's happening, you probably said something really innocuous and like something that actually could have been funny or like totally fine on stream. But I did just. How do I unmod somebody? I'm gonna unmod this shit right now because it's already kind of annoying. I knew this shit was gonna happen. I don't trust these fucking bots. They just wash and round off the corners of everybody. twitch.tv/Steven. Okay, and then slash. How do I unmod? Unmod? Yeah, there we go. Sari. I think it's called SariBot, right? Is that what I called it? Is that what they call it? Yeah, remove SariBot as a moderator of the channel. Okay, try sending the messages that you sent before. I said I'm happy to help if possible, and my first message is saying, hey, compliment. Hey, sexy. Just say, copy paste. Oh, you said I'm happy to help if possible. Go ahead and try saying hey, sexy again, if that's what you said. Okay, I just had to unmod this robot. There's just, I kind of, Booyah came in recently and was like, suggested one of those robots. And I have like a Discord robot that has been kind of more or less helpful. But I think on Twitch, whenever people make these Twitch bots, I've heard how they like to have them moderate their things, and that's just not how I like to have my shit moderated. But I thought I'd give it a try at least. Okay, so we have this eye, and then we're gonna have to swap it out with the, well, let's turn it on first of all. Okay, visibility, it's nice and clean. Let's press play just to see what it looks like. Clanker's gone rogue. Yeah, exactly. Clanker's gonna clank. Clanka's gonna clank. Okay, so there's our eye. Just for like taste wise, I'm gonna change this position to like 5. See how that looks. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, so everything looks good. I'm gonna change this to 5. Okay, and 0 and 0. And visibility, I'm gonna put it below sleep. Yeah. Have you played Thief before? The light gem is such a fun take on a visibility indicator. I have played a little bit of Thief, the OG one. I got a little bit past like the training, you know, they kind of have like a bit of a lengthy tutorial. I got past that, and then I started playing maybe like less than 10 minutes of that opening scene with the guards that you like first encounter that are kind of walking up like a big street, like a big sort of slanted street. But I've probably watched more videos on it because I don't know why. I actually did want to come back to it eventually. To be honest, not a huge fan of the light gem. I think it's just a different, it's a different flavor of the same damn thing. You know, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still just another meter. It just kind of is a meter that they dressed up a little bit more like narratively like relevant or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm about to implement it into my game because I don't want to spend a lot of time reinventing a wheel right now. I think there are probably better ways to do that kind of shit. To be honest too, you know, another one I do like is the one, like the kind that Dishonored uses, where and Hitman, and kind of a lot of modern games use this now, where it's like the sort of like pointed and pivoting meter that grows around each individual like NPC or whatever. So it's like if you have a guard walking by, they will kind of have like this curved, almost like a parenthesis arrow that is like kind of always rotating, so it's kind of pointing you, almost like when you get hit damage. You know, when you get hit damage, you have like the rotating arrow that kind of tells you where your hit damage came from. It's kind of like when they use those, except it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you're becoming detected, and then it shrinks as your detection kind of goes down. I'm actually more of a fan of those, and just because of the functionality of it. Like, I feel like if you're gonna design a thing in your game where you're throwing immersion out the window, and you're saying we're gonna have magical floating meters everywhere to tell you how the world is behaving, then you just should kind of lean into the functionality of it. I think that's my take on it. It's a good way to visualize. Yeah, I agree. I put in that meter on that Survivor Wranglers Part 2, and it was like, yeah, this feels good. It's very responsive. But to be fair, you know, like, I guess I just don't mind the Thief one either. The Thief one is like, I guess it's like perfectly fine. I just, as a designer, am hating myself as I put in this eyeball right now. Okay, let me actually make it work though. So I think this really is like a get FSM bool, right? And then you get the player and you check cover and you say is hiding and you store that in a local variable, same name, and then you do like bool or array get. Can I run this every frame? Yeah. So check this out. This is a hot one. This is a hot trick right here. Using a bool to get an array element. I love doing this. Make an array and call this like icons, and it's a sprite array. Is that what we're using? Sprites? It's not a texture, right? And then you make it 2. And then you look for layer 7 in assets. Is that not what it's called? Oh, layer space 7. So you have this one, and then layer space 7, and you have this one. And so that way you're pulling from this array, which is just 2 items long at index 0 and index 1. Some more recent games have done a more diegetic approach to the light gem. There's a really good early access MSIM called Gloomwood. Yeah, I have Gloomwood. Gloomwood's fun. I do like Gloomwood. I feel like is borrowing both from the past and modern design, which is fun. Where it's a ring on your finger, right? See, just like a little bit more effort pushes you like in that direction, and it's like, yes, there we go. Like, isn't that nice and elegant? It's also like you have to make it magical at that point, right? I would love some way of like Stalker's. I think of Stalker kind of being one of these games that doesn't give you a lot of the feedback, and it gives you feedback only by means of like changing the behaviors of the NPCs, right? But they gave you too little information, because sometimes the NPCs in Stalkers will have like a little sliver of like between a car and a tree and like all this shit, and there'll be like an inch of space that a ray cast from them happened to peek through, and then suddenly they're like, perfect, I'm gonna beam the player through this, and you're like, where the fuck even are they? I feel like that's kind of like, all right, well, now you're making them like now they are like robots beaming you through a little 1 square inch of a thing. But I feel like if you dumbed them down and prevented those little edge cases like that and made it so that they are just kind of running around looking for you, that would be like, that's I think that's an interesting one to try to design for. Yeah, which reacts to light in different ways. Yeah, I can't wait for Gloomwood to kind of be done. I would love to give Gloomwood all my time when the devs are like, all right, no more content. But right now it feels a little bit like watching a TV show, which I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, so in your icons, right, you say you are using convert is hiding bool, and you're storing the icon to use. And then you do like a image set. See, UI image set sprite, and then you set the icon to use. I think, is this right? Because that's a sprite, isn't it? I think I'm doing this right. Oh shit, does this not run every frame? What the fuck? If it doesn't, I'm actually gonna uncheck these and just make this into an action sequence. And then we're just gonna put in a little next frame at the very end. And we'll just have it run over and over and over again. All right, let's test it out. Here we go. put on the audio for this too, just so I can make sure the bush sounds are... we're gonna leave the baby here. Alright, so we're fully visible, right? She's chasing us. What the fuck? Okay, we're headed. Right, yeah, she's like walking around over there. And then she just disappears. Right, so you can see I have the little crossed out eye, that means I'm hidden. And then if I... Uh-oh. I should be able to... Oh, that's my goat, that's my goat. Okay. Yeah, and I'm hidden again. Great. Okay, and when I get out, I'm unhidden. Good. Alright, so now the question is, can I have my baby and make our baby quiet? Is she outside my door? Oh yeah, she saw me through the window. Holy shit. The door will make a sound if I open it, so I have to wait for a second. Yeah, it's definitely a balance. I usually appreciate when you can play HUD-less if it doesn't break the game. The recent Zelda games are good for that. Yeah, HUD-less is nice. It's like, imagine if by default the game just didn't even have HUD. It's like, oh yeah, we designed a game where it's like, you know exactly what's happening, even without a HUD. Oh, what? Sneaky lady. She was just right there the whole time. What the hell? All right, so we at least have that in. Let me check that off the list. Oh, and I didn't check if the baby crying thing was working though, so let me actually run that back. There needs to be, we'll check if the baby crying thing is working, and then I'll add in the feature where it's like you become visible if you have a candle lit in there. My baby, but I'm gonna start letting my baby cry. Actually, hold on. What? She's coming full blown at me. What the fuck? Oh wait, no, she's not. Oh, that was really close. Oh, she is so close. This is the kind of moment that I want. This is the kind of moment that I want. She can't see me obscured by this bush. Okay, so now that she's out there, I'm gonna let my baby cry. We're hidden. You can see in the down here, I have the little crossed out eye. It should go away once my baby starts crying. I hushed my baby so much, it's so calm. It's looking great, man. Down to give it a spin when you're playtesting. Oh, 100%. Yeah, the offer extent. I don't know if you heard me offer earlier. Like it's something I plan on doing soon. Dude, my baby is so quiet right now. And thank you, by the way. Thank you. I'm getting really excited too. I'm loving seeing everything come together. Dude, come on, cry. I hushed my baby so much. It's so calm right now. Look at it. Look at this little guy. Or little girl. There we go. And boom. I'm exposed. And look, she sees me. See, she heard me. You see her walking that way? Oh, and there she is right there. It's hard. See, and even if I hide in here, I'm gonna try to shut him up because look, we're exposed. Holy shit. Shut up, dude. Dude, also, hang on. Something happened where... Oh, he's hungry, that's why. Dude, I was like trying to hush him and I was like, did my controls break? It's because he's hungry. Like I have to breastfeed him. Damn, this little dude's sucking me dry. Look at my milk going all the way down. Holy shit. Okay. Nice. Uh-oh. Yeah, but that's kind of broken. Hang on. Yeah, I can't put him down now. Let me see why. That's S-tier parenting. Can I say I'm a good mother? Baby. Boom. Hunger, that's not what I want. Baby controls, here we go. So it is in stop breastfeeding. That's strange. Unfocused. Oh, he's stuck in a loop. Look at that. He goes stop breastfeeding and then he sends baby stop suckling on player lactate. And then he goes back to start, which is here. Wait, what the fuck? Hang on. Oh, he sends, also I keep saying he, it's a she. Yeah, okay, so this might be a loop. It looks very much like this is a loop. That I send stop suckling to the player's lactate FSM. And then in the lactate FSM, it says stop suckling. So yeah, and then it sends an event right after that to baby stop suckling. Fuck. This is like when you reach into your pocket and you pull out your headphones and they're all like spaghetti. Because this whole system's so clean, except for the fact that somewhere in here, there is one little You know, it's like almost like if I, you know, this is more like, this is not like pulling your headphones out of your pocket. This is more like you just ordered Chinese food and they did the magic tie, the one where it's like if you pull the right little bow of the bag, the plastic bag handles, if you pull the right one, it just undoes and it's perfect. And that way, after you're done eating your food, you can put everything back in the bag and tie it up again, and it's like just fine. But if you pull the wrong one, you're just tightening it. And then they often look the same. By the way, I worked at Noodle World in my 20s, and I used to bag those things, and I knew how to perfectly do the quick tie ones, and always make it so that it was the short one, so that you knew that when you get home, you just have to pull in the short one, and it comes undone. Anyhow, I have to find this fucking... It's like baby stop suckling, and then... Do you just not send back? Is that all you do? Baby is suckling. Shit. We gotta address this. Oops. Player has milk. And then you either start or stop breastfeeding. If you try to stop breastfeeding, what the purpose of this event is to tell the player to stop processing the lactating, basically to stop subtracting milk. Now, if I took this off, this stop suckling, that would solve the problem. But I'm wondering, why did I put this here originally? Maybe this is why. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna make a roll in and say that that's why. Instead of sending a global event like this, it's gonna be local. It's gonna be local. Okay, so instead of stop suckling, you just say back, and you do that. And this, you get rid of it. Hang on. Ooh, you know, you do this. You go here, and then you send back, because I think that's the problem I was trying to solve. Hell yeah. I think that solves the problem. I think it suffering thuckatash solved the problem. Baby, stop suckling. Baby, stop suckling. Okay. I feel okay about that. We're gonna kind of have to just see. We're just gonna have to kind of see. Because if it's suckling, then it says, okay, you should stop, and then it comes back here, it says stop, okay, then it comes here, and then it just does that. You also want to make it so that that event, the baby can finish. Yeah, okay. They just always have to be on the same page. They just always have to be on the same page. And the baby has to automatically be pulled away from your breast. So I think that works. Okay. Let's do some more tests, because I want to make sure that the little hiding thing is working. Oh, another funky thing that was happening was that, and I know why, but there's just this problem where, like, I made it so you can't crouch while you're in hiding. Which makes sense when you're in the hay, but where is she? Okay. so she sees me. Go here. What? Okay, good. That scared me. She's getting mighty close. Oh my god. Where's she trying to go? What the fuck? That would have been so perfect if she didn't act like a god. Why is she right there? What do you think you're doing? Hang on. Let's look. Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and save that for later. All right. Let's see. Which behaviors? Chase, is that where she is? She's here. What other? Which sequences? Wander? Is she wandering? It's unfocus. Oh, look at that. It's fucking just stuck in here. Forest nodes closest to player. It gets all the forest nodes. What the hell is this? Oh, it does sort the objects by game. Just okay, so it sorts them. That's fine, that's fine. Hang on. Let's see, where is it? Where's it looping? Okay. It's going through them. It's getting these random destinations. It's sampling the nav mesh position. It's getting a nav mesh position. And then it's asking, can the camera see it? And it says false. So it continues to there, right? Yeah. And then it says line of sight to player. Ah, okay. Destination game object to the main camera. And it's saying, no, it's not, it doesn't have a line of sight. And then that array iteration completes and then asks, is the player inside? Ah, wait, hold on, look at player unstable. And it is, yes, it's true, because I am inside. And then it sends back here to do the same thing. This is a problem, because it should do something completely different. Basically, if the player is inside, it's like you should just pick somewhere else to go, bro. Go do something else. Okay, so I think for all of these, for player inside, or actually on this part at least, LOS to player, no, warp to spot, on this one, next forest node. Yeah. That's an interesting place to get stuck in. Okay. Let's stop it and just address it immediately. Behaviors. Chase. Oh wait, no. Wandre. Player inside, yes. Okay, well, we don't want to loop back, you dummy. You stupid little bitch. What do we want it to do? This is a creative decision. It's not a technical one. So what? So the witch in this time is trying to watch the player from the tree line. That means she's always hanging out right at the edge of the forest, looking into those big open spaces like the player's home, the roads, the little hub area, the other characters' homes. There's like those big wide open spaces that are sort of little negative space within the forest. The witch will always, when she's in this mode, watch from the tree line. So if the player's inside, then you maybe just pick the closest. Yeah, there we go. You just pick the closest node. Players inside. Yeah, I'm gonna go here, and then you say in the sort game objects by distance, we're gonna sort the closest one to, well, shit, I think actually in here we could just store forest node closest to player. And then here we just use that as the destination. Destination v3. So we do get position. Of forest node closest to player. Store it as destination v3. Sample the position so we get one that's on the nav mesh. Within, yeah, sure, 10 units is fine. Position, destination v3. Get waiting spot. Okay. And then you just warp to spot. Okay. Is that good enough? Is that good enough for you? All the stinkers in chat. Is that good enough for you, my gamers? My little gamer babies? Aren't we all just little gamer babies together? Alright, here we go. The warp to spot, and then what? It fades in. Doing blink is false, whatever, it doesn't matter. Complete watching. Look at animator play, curious idle, waits, and then, okay, which can see. If it's no, is the player inside? Yes, then you stay watching. Okay, I think that puts her back. It'll keep her in this loop. I think this is a little loop that does account for the whole whether or not the player's inside or whatever, right? So it at least puts her somewhere new that kind of makes sense, where she can continue to wait and kind of idle. Let's horse around a little bit more in here, see what happens. Okay, picking up baby. Picking up baby. Shut the fuck up. It's my little girl just crying way too much. Alright, where's the witch at? There she is. Hey. Yeah, come get me. Come get me. Just got teleported over here. Wait. No, that's her. Where the fuck am I? What the fuck just happened? Player. I'm right here. Where's my camera? Oh, it forced... What? I actually don't know what just happened right now. Look away, look away. What happened? She like, the game like kind of like chugged for a second too. It kind of got like funky. Now look, bro's getting out. Where is she? Oh, I also can't crouch again. So I think there is a problem where when I'm leaving crouch is hiding. It says cover. Does it still think I'm in cover? It does still think I'm in cover. Why didn't it in that moment? Oh, maybe it did something funky in move. I was in the hiding spot. I mean, it said look should get, oh, because it made me look at the witch. Something made me look at the witch. And if I'm relying on look, let's see, where's look at? No, actually look at the witch never turn. Oh, but nightmare mode on and off does change. So once it turned off, it put me back at look and move, but when I was at, yep, look at right here, 1110. I was in this state, I was in this state, I was in this state, but it never came to this state. And this state is where I was hiding and looking around, and it has this transition that's waiting for an event to send me here that says, go ahead and get out of the hiding spot and kind of reset the way controls work. Oh no, that's so fucked up. Holy shit. Okay. Soですね。It's just waiting here. Damn. In hiding spot. What's a better way to do that? I guess, well, what's in, it says cover, get parent hiding spot, send event to hiding spot, controls get out of hiding spot. Why does this have to happen here? What did he say? Cover, get out of hiding spot. I mean, that sends, move sends to look, sends to cover is crazy. Move sends to look, sends to cover. Sends back to hiding spot. Move sends to look. What does look actually need to do for itself? All right, we addressed this too. Man, there's a lot of little things I'm trying to address here. Holy shit. Okay. So move, where are we? It at least, oh, but nightmare mode on and off also kind of gets fucked up here. Oh, at least this one asks us if we're hiding. That's good. And then what's this waiting for? Magnitude. Okay. Why doesn't look do that? Look should also have a little, hey, weren't you doing something? But if it's, oh man, that's the thing, that it's like, it's waiting for an event. This is bad. This is no good. If it can end up anywhere. Oh, no. Looking around. Jiminy Cricket. Oh, you know what could be good? Oh, nightmare mode does do that. It's like, yo, were you hiding? Yeah. Oh, but then it, holy shit. Yeah, that's, I'm surprised this worked this long. That's actually crazy. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't feel like this is a... Actually, no, I think I should keep it. Holy shit. This FSM needs Jesus. All three of these FSMs need Jesus. All I'm trying to do is get rid of this last part right here. This last little condition that says, hey, you depend on this fucking event. And what is also kind of unfortunate is there's also this other, oh boy, there's this other, see, stable, go, where the hell is it? Goat hay bed. Okay, here it is, hiding spot. So you interact with it. I think maybe instead of waiting for an event, you do, or actually you do get the distance between this and character, start distance, and then you do it again and you get current distance, and you do float compare, and you just keep checking that and you say, hey, is the current distance greater than the start distance? Then continue. Get rid of this. Boom, 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 like that. I think that's what you do. Yep. So that way this will still reset itself accordingly. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And then the player, one of the things it did in here was this get out of hiding spot to the hiding spot. And then it got the parent and all that shit. So we can get rid of that. And it says it sends to cover get out of hiding spot. I feel like the hiding spot can send this now. Cover. I feel like the hiding spot can send that. Where's it at? Hey bed. Hey bed. Boom, boom. Get out of hiding spot event. Game object. Character. I mean, it's Is my baby hidden? If I have my baby, is my baby considered hidden too? Send to children. Controls, get out of hiding spot. Yeah, and if it sends to children, then sort of subsequently the baby will also receive that. Blue, blue, 222. Hey, yay, 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 yay. What's good? How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello. How are you doing? I said, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey. When I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I say, oh, and I scream. Wait, what'd she say? And I scream at the top of my lungs. Hey. God, I love that song. Damn, I wish I could play that on stream without getting DMCA'd. Fuck! That's a good one to learn, like on piano or guitar or something. It's when you're drunk with your friends. You all get together for that. So this will send to look, get out of hiding spot. Look. So, what really needs to happen here? What really actually needs to happen is it just tells cover, but now cover takes care of that itself. Oh wait, yeah, cover. Okay, so you do this. This is completely irrelevant now. So I could just say enable look and move. You dummy bear, you stupid little baby bitch. Yeah, I could just totally Oh, okay. Thank God. I think that might be the end of that. I think that actually might be the end of that. That's good. To look, controls, enable look and move. That's all it needs to do. And then we just enable move from here. Okay, let's run it back. Let's run it back. Okay, pick it up. Where is she? I hear you, bitch. Where is she? Oh, there she is. She was not there the first time. She was definitely not. Okay, here she comes. Oh, she stopped like right at the door. She's like out there now. Okay. What? Where? Oh, there she is. She teleported me crazy right there. I got lucky. I got lucky. That was teleporting. What the hell is this? Dude. You know what it is? It okay, so a few clues there. Also, I got an egg. Here, that's for you. Well, what? Oh, there's hang on. I gotta pause this. All right, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Here we go. Looking at the clips. Reviewing clips. Here we go.
Blue, blue, 222. Hey, yay, 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 yay. What's goody? How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello. How are you doing? I said, hey. I said, hey. What's going on?
This is. That's what you're talking about, right? That's the bit.
When I wake in the morning.
That was the bit, right? I was spot on. Did I not yes and the hell out of you right there, or what? Where's this fucking window at? Great, perfect clip. AAA rated. Too accurate. DMCA strike incoming. 100%. 100%. This is why I got scared, and I was like, no, this is actually a totally new song that has to do. What are they called? Three Non-Blondes. God, what a jam. Yeah, spot on. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Read my mind. Okay, so what happened was this lady, this kind lady here, this sweet old naked thing sitting in front of us right here, she stops her little patrol thing, her behavior. Where's it at? Show me your behaviors, honey. Wanders off because we're in the middle of a sequence now. That's a lady? And so when she's in the chase mode, okay, yeah, that makes sense to stay in caught right now because we're in. It's hard to look at these numbers. I should have looked at it right after it happened, but in Wander. No, it is in Chase. It is in Chase. It's in Chase. And then, oh, and then it's in Investigate. Then she goes to Investigate. She heard something, and then she's en route, and then she looks around. She does this thing. She does the little triangulate look around thing. Yeah. What am I? Okay, I have to say out loud what I witnessed, or else I'm gonna forget. I was hiding. She started doing her little 3-point investigate thing because she lost me since I was hiding. And then after she got to the end of her little 3-point investigate, like almost immediately after, I was forced out of my hiding spot, and my character stood up, and it cued the witch encounter trigger sounds, I think because it kind of, I don't know if it was coincidence, but I happened to be looking right at her, so it cued the witch encounter, or the encounter trigger sound effects, which is that violin sting sound effect plus the droney ambient creepy sound that plays after that. But it played that, and then she warped out of the scene, because I think that warp out of the scene is because of this. Yes, and then it did in fact do this, get waiting spot, warp to spot, and that's what she did. She went there, but I think the problem was that I don't understand. I'm not sure where I make that encounter trigger go back online, because obviously it comes back online because I heard that sound. I heard the sound of the encounter trigger. Not happy with 1 model rig and 3 combat iterations, but not dying. I am good, by the way. Okay, good. Not happy with 1 model rig and 3 combat iterations, but not dying either. 3 combat iterations. Yeah, dude. I get it when you're just trying to find it. Just trying to find. How are you feeling about the current one? Oh wait, I guess you're saying not happy with 1 model and 3 combat iterations. So you're not happy, like, are you happier, I guess then, are you happier with your latest number 3 combat iteration? Like, happier with that one than you are the first 2? Are you at least feeling closer? Are you learning, does it feel like? Waiting spot, son of a bitch, it's like, I mean, she's wandering. Oh, is it because Chase, when Chase stops, can see player? I might have to, I don't know. What about hearing? Is hearing just information? Yeah, it just finds detected, it sorts them. Okay, that's fair enough. Investigate though. This one is, where does it disable FSMs? It disables Wander. I mean, it put her back, so she got there. Wander successfully put her at the tree line. I saw those states were there, and then she was also, I watched her teleport. And she was chasing me, it's just that she lost me. And she was in look around. And then she guesses the last known position. Wait, look around. She couldn't see me. So, and then this did finish because I watched her go to each of her places. So it's sent here. it sets these values to. Does she actually start moving there? Oh, yeah. Then she target last known position. She makes sure she gets it on the nav mesh. She sets her destination there, and then she goes there. Get agent remaining distance. Should send complete. That's fine. Closest sound is null. Okay, so it must be sending complete. And then it sends here, where we did check the last known position because we set it to true here, right? So true sends yes. Comes down here to lost player. We fade out the horror vocals, which happens. And then we reset the FSM for investigate, which turns off wander. But we also reset wander, so it's on. It turns it off and on, basically. The combat iterations are parallel, so I'm showing more target info on the screen, adding a flinch mechanic and making it easier to switch weapons. A flinch mechanic? Is flinch mechanic a normal thing, or like a common, like is it an established thing? I don't think I've ever heard of that, a flinch mechanic. And if not, what is it? What does that mean? Is it like, and you're like, gotcha. Okay, so we reset these FSMs, we enable chase shrieks. Also enabling chase shrieks is probably, oh, actually it disables it. Okay, it turns off witch effects, and then it finishes, and then when it finishes, it comes back here and asks if we spotted the player. So investigate, wander, chase streaks, investigate, wander, and encounter trigger. Duh, there it is. It does. Okay. I think when the encounter trigger turns on, it might behoove me to give it an initialization buffer so it doesn't immediately start into this whole queue up the witch effects shit. I think a buffer would potentially solve this sort of messiness. Encounter trigger, init, okay, it finds these things, but nah, you do this. You put a little, this is, what do you call this? This is called like a, not a convenience, but not even an affordance, kind of like a, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for where it's like it's like a freebie for the player. It's almost like a quality of life. I'm just gonna put that. Quality of life buffer, right? And I'll put a comment in here. Putting a buffer on this so that when the encounter trigger gets turned off by other FSMs, by other behaviors, and this then gets turned back on when those behaviors finish, that the effects this FSM has don't feel abrupt. The end, that's just it. Right, and then you put a wait action in here. And literally you give it like, I mean, I would just go full blown like 5 seconds at least. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta run it back. Here we go. It's more common in Batman games. It means if you, let me pause this. It means if you attack an attacking enemy, their attack resets. If you attack an attacking enemy, their reset attack. Okay. And of course, not all enemies can flinch. So it is easier to attack them with a ranged weapon for higher speed attack. Okay. Wait, so it is easier to attack them with a ranged weapon for higher speed attack speed. So it is, wait, maybe I don't understand that. So it is easier to attack them with a ranged weapon for higher attack speed. It means if you attack an attacking enemy, their attack resets. Okay. And also the stronger the attack, the longer the flinch. So it's kind of like a parrying system. Is that what's happening? Like it's kind of like a cousin of the parry system. Though I just pasted an image of the rig into Gemini and it established it as a weight painting issue. Where what's... Oh, the model has bendy bones on it. That's what you're talking about? Yeah, the weight painting issue. Okay, sure. I get that. Yeah, I remember when I hired the animator to animate. So I hired a contractor to make a robot model, and then I hired a different contractor to animate that robot model. And I remember when I sent it to the animator, I was like, how's Bro gonna animate this thing with a rig? But I guess, yeah, it does make sense that you would have... Like you can weight paint things in such a way where they're like, instead of gradients, it's just full blown like, you know, like solid colors, no gradients. But anyways, that is all to say that I get how you might be having an issue with your bendy bone stuff and weight painting. Okay, let's try this out. We're gonna get a lot of eyes on us soon. Shut the fuck up. Where is she? There she is. Okay. Where? Oh, is she in here? I think she spawned inside of the thing. Oh, she's around the corner. You know what else? So the warp is really abrupt. The warp is just really abrupt. I think she needs to walk away, and then as soon as the line of sight is broken, then she warps. I think that's also a part of the illusion. I think that's absolutely it. Okay. Yeah, warping is usually caused by the weight painting overlapping. That's desirable in a cartoony, non-human animation. Right. Which behaviors? Boom, boom. La 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 la. What time is it? That's so crazy. That's so crazy. It's 9 p.m. For a robot model, you should just be able to hard parent the mesh to the bones. No need to weight paint unless you want deformation. I forgot why we didn't do that. I don't know why we didn't do that. Why didn't we do that? I don't really remember why we didn't do that. Yeah, it's been so long since I worked on that, but I remember it being like, no, the best way to do this is to use a skinned mesh renderer. And we thought long and hard about this. I don't remember why though. No, because of IKs. Was it because of IKs? I don't remember if that was the reason why. Oh, what the hell? What the hell was I doing? It's in Wander. Okay, so here, check it out. This is where everything gets fucked up. She gets waiting spot, and then she just warps there. That's why right now, when she was done, like she did her little 3-point thing, and then she just went boop and disappeared. Right. So I think what she needs to do is maybe honestly I mean, this is some extra fucking logic right now, but I think it would help. It's like, we gotta ask if the player can see her. So like if I copied this, pasted it right here, Jiminy Cricket. I'm also gonna move this shit aside a little bit. Okay, gets the waiting spot. And then ask, can the player see the witch? If not, then go ahead and warp. Warp to spot. If yes, start walking to the spot. Did we already get the Navpesh? We did. So we can literally just set destination. What did I say it was? Just destination v3. So which route? Go to destination v3. Calc. What do you call this? Like retreat. And then path pending will be complete. Boom, boom, and then she's en route, retreating. And then we do a remaining distance check. So the witch route, we're running this every frame. The arrival threshold we'll just say is like 2. The arrived event will be complete. And then we can just have her at the watching state, but we can also son of a bitch. Oh, we can also do in here can see game object. The target is the witch entity. The origin game object is the main camera. The raycast layers are on character and environment. And the ignore is the player character entity. And then we use field of view. We'll say it's 120. Distance limit is 0. And we're just using hard can see. Player can see. I think you do, maybe this says skip right there. We don't use this. And if the player loses sight of her, then we could just do warp. Like that. That should work in theory. In theory. There's different ways to do everything, though, of course. Generally speaking, IK is the math behind the skeleton, series of joints, and how they're weight painting. Generally concerned with how the skin moves on top of that skeleton. You can still use IK with a hard body robot rig. You'll need to use bone constraints, I think. Yeah. A lot of games still use whatchamacallit, skinned mesh renders for their fucking robots, which was new to me. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was like a whole ass path. I talked to a lot of people who make games with robot stuff about like what their whole setup was, and it really does just change. Well, humanoid robots too, very like specifically. So let's see. Okay. Should we give it a run? Give it a run. Okay. Pick up the baby. Take the baby outside. Let's see if she has a more elegant escape this time. Where's my lady at? Where's my lady? Oh, I hear you. Okay, there you are. There you are, my lady. Oh shit, where are you? Okay. Okay. Okay, good. So I just forgot to play her animation, but at least... Yeah, and then she teleported, because there's no way she went that fast. Yep, okay, great, it works. Let me just make sure she plays her animation when she does that. Wander. Wander. What can I get out of that? Wander. Warp to spot, watching, player inside. Warp to spot, en route direct. En route via nodes. Sneaking fast. Watch from close. Where the hell are... Let me see. Chase. Look around. Or, here we go. Or go here. I just want these two. That's what I want. Boom. Which walk slow and 0.5. Which walk slow and 0.5. Which walk slow and 0.5. En route. Paste these in. Okay. Very elegant. Ooh, things are cleaning up so nice. So nice. Have you guys seen, you know how there's been kind of like the whole trend of like, oh, somebody made Cuphead, I want to make Cuphead too. You know that? That's a bit reductive, but it's called Mouse PI, right? That's one of them. Mouse PI looks fun. That one's done with sprites. But then there's one other one that is done with 3D stuff. It's like 3D rubber hose cartoon game. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all know what I'm talking about? There was like Unwell. Is that what it's called? I think it's, yeah, here we go. Unwell. Unwell game. Is this it? Wait a minute. This doesn't look like it. Wait, what the hell did I just find? Into the Unwell. I see. Into the Unwell. There we go. Have you guys seen this? Yeah, this game has pretty interesting animation, like, if not just for the fact that it does, you know, squash and stretch, that it combines, like, check this out, like 2D effects, right? Like this, like, kind of, those clouds, those little cloud particles look to be 3D, but they're cel shaded, but like this looks like a 2D effect that's on top of it. And then you can kind of see that there's some squash and stretch going around, but that's a 3D model. And the actual like outlining, and maybe we get some here. Maybe we get like a little video. Let's see, Steam. Here we go. Yeah, there's also they have a special shader that kind of you can see is making the vertices wobble a little bit. So it kind of has that, like, what you would normally do. It's either vertices on a shader or a post-processing thing, whatever it is. It's making it like, making so that the meshes don't appear to be static, which I think is sort of like an attempt to make it feel like multiple frames being drawn over time, you know? Like when people like Don Hertzfeldt kind of has that classic thing of like he draws like multiple frames even if a character is standing still, and that's just so they just feel a little bit more alive and they don't feel like static. Yeah, you can see a bunch of squash and stretch happening here. Let me play this maximized. Let me wind it a little bit. I haven't heard about it before, but it looks dope. Yeah, I think like the style is like, I'm glad people are like that's a good moment right there. That was kind of like a pretty intense moment. You know, even swapping out the models, like his eyes changed for a second. I can recognize that this is like really like high craftsmanship. Like, you know, this is really kind of sort of excellent craftsmanship on like a technical level, trying to like, you know, capture all these things that we recognize in traditional 2D animation, but like somehow manifesting the spirit of that within a 3D world. It's, you know, it's not an easy task, and it's like you have to have, you just kind of have to play around with it. I'm not 100% like on board with necessarily what the game like looks like, you know, just as far as, wait, what the hell? Oh, okay. But nevertheless, it is, I respect it big time. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, you guys just reminded me of that. Because I know, like, man, there's so many games, after Cuphead, so many games were like, dude, we should do more of this style. You know, like everybody's like doing the rubber hose classic animation style. I think there's like 3 other games. There's Mouse PI, there's this one, and I want to say there's like one more. Furry Kingdom Heart. The whole art wobbles naturally. That's a shader. Yeah. The technical artist nailed it on this. Okay. I think even Disney is doing more traditional art movies. You mean like like hand-drawn art stuff? Oh wait, hold on. What? Okay. I need to like do some checks and balances really quick, because I was working on the hiding thing, so I fixed kind of the hiding thing, right? I cleaned that up, or I fixed the witch thing right now. And then before that, it was like I got there because I was fixing the hiding thing, and that's also fixed, right? And then, oh, that's what I was gonna check. I wanted to make sure that the baby cover, the baby just receives this because it sends to, okay, that's fine. Okay, I get that for free. But where the hell else, what was I trying to think of, like where I originally, let me close my windows, sorry. All these sirens and stuff. Is that a bug on my, hold on. Dude, I swear I'm like, I can't finish any of my IRL quests right now because I keep getting, dude, there's side quests galore right now. I'm trying to work on my game, but then each thing is, I said to kill a bug. And then I try to close my window, but there's a bug on my window. There we go. Life feels a little bit like Minecraft right now. You know, when you're playing Minecraft, you're like, I'm gonna do this thing. Okay, but first, if I wanna do that thing, I gotta go do this other thing. Okay, but hold on. In order for me to do that thing, I gotta do this other thing. Okay, for me, in order for me, and then it's just like, and then you find yourself in a cave and you've been mining cobblestone for an hour and a half, and you're like, remember back when I wanted like to do that thing? Not gonna happen until a few more days. Bendy bones are super good for that. I think the rubber hose look at bendy bones are super good for that rubber hose looking blender. I think you need to bake them into a chain of small joints for most of the shelf game engines, though. It's called Gato. Yeah, the other thing I've been interested in too is blend shapes. I use that in Witch Stories actually. Witch Stories has this asset that the witch came from like. There's like a bunch of other characters because the witch is actually like not spoiler, but like cover your ears if you don't want to hear how the sausage is made. But she's like a cop model. She's like a model of like a cop or like something like from this like zombie police pack that I got. And then I took the skin off of like a different character and put it on hers. And what's nice about this pack that I got is that it has a built-in tool set that helps you dial in all of the textures and materials and blend shapes for the skinned mesh renderers. And then, oh, so yeah, it just reminded me right now, I was like, yeah, I feel like for doing the squash and stretch and trying to replicate like different styles of animation, that blend shapes could also probably be like a really fun thing to play with. Gamers have no idea what's going on in their sausages. That's a hell of a sentence, sir. It's a hell of a sentence. All right, let me look at this. I can't believe it's been 2 hours and that's all I've figured out. I guess I did clean up a good amount, but let's see. You know what I kind of want to fix? I want to be able to crouch inside of bushes. Planter 7. What does it do? It just sends that event, right? It just sends the in hiding spot. And then on the player, it's like baked into their crouch thing. It says, are they hiding? And it just doesn't let you. It's almost kind of like how should I do this? It's almost as if this hiding spot FSM, that this one should send. Yeah, actually, I don't know why I never did this. This is kind of a no-brainer, I think. Send event to game object FSM. character, crouch, new global event, controls, crouch, disable. And then new global event, controls, crouch, oops, holy shit, crouch, enable. And then so on the player, in crouch, custom events, controls, crouch, disable, global events, custom events, controls, crouch, enable. And then we'll just do it like this. Boom, boom, boom. Enabled. Oops. Disabled. I've been rescuing some files from a borked SSD, so the blasts of witch sounds from the second monitor have been a fitting soundtrack. Has it been? Is that a fitting soundtrack? Rescuing some files from a borked SSD. You know what you want to play in the background? Search Bytone, Byetone. Play some Bytone in the background. I feel like that's like glasses on, like soldering tool in one hand, magnifying glass in the other. I know that's not how you are rescuing files from your SSD, but like, you know, 90s hacker moment kind of vibes is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like Bytone has that. Okay, crouch enabled, disabled, blah, 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 blah. That's my usual soundtrack, right on. So this part, the is hiding, I think I just delete this shit, brother. I think I just go, boop, and then I go here, and then I just fucking send that event only when I'm doing that type of hide. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay. Splines for sausages? Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. So I'm gonna do 2 tests. Actually, I'm gonna leave my baby here. I don't need this shit. I don't need that shit. Shut up. Oh, okay. Okay, so number 1, get in here. Okay, and I'm hitting C, and it doesn't let me. It doesn't let me crouch, but then I come up, and then I can crouch just fine. And then, oh shit, where is she? Where are you? I don't know where she is. Oh, I hear her over there. There she is. But then if I go right here, wait, how come I wasn't hiding in there? She went in there. That's so funny. Dude, you know what it is too? It's like, I also don't remember which of these bushes I put the damn thing on. Wait a minute. I can't crouch though. What the hell? I'm stupid. I forgot to delete some of the logic in here. I did not realize that. That makes sense though. Old Steven's way of doing that was actually very clever. Is crouching, and then instead of crouch button down and is hiding, it has to match all these bool conditions. Get rid of that. And now we could just send next if that is pressed. And we don't have to store that. And we don't have to get whether or not I'm hiding. And we don't have to do that anymore either. So we can get rid of that and that. Okay, clean. Now I should be able to go hide in the bushes and crouch up and down. Here we go. You can poke your head up. There you go. Oh. Hey. Hmm. Fucking son of a bitch. Uh-oh. Well, she has my baby. I'm actually not really sure what happened there. Yeah, it's like, you'd expect that I'd be in the bush. Is it that little bush? Is that the one? That's really funny, actually. I think it's this tiny bush. Yeah, I've been going in the wrong bush this whole time. I've just been getting really lucky because I was close enough to it. Yeah, it almost makes me want to, when you're in the bushes, force. Oh no, I already went through this logic. I'm a goddamn broken record. Yeah, I used to want to force it, but like, maybe it's like a time thing. Maybe it's like while I'm in here, it's like, nah. Because you know what it is? It's like there's this illusion aspect, right? Where it's like, if I'm like right here, I'm hidden, but that bush is so tiny. So it's like, you know, it feels good if I'm like this in it. But then if I'm standing up in it and the witch is like, where'd he go? Then it feels stupid. So it's like, that means I have to either make my bushes bigger all over the place and only make the ones that are big enough that can hide you. I mean, it should do that to begin with. But also, even with these, right, it's like, you know, kind of like, actually, I guess that's fine. No, that does feel good. Yeah, for the big ones, that does feel good. I just have to make the space that qualifies your hiddenness, like, closer to the center. All right, that's actually fair. Yeah, because this doesn't feel too bad. And then the other aspect I wanted to change eventually too was like put an overlay of like whatever the hiding space you're in. You get like a visual overlay of like, you know, for this one it would be you put kind of a stencil of like the bushes in front of you, like a texture of like a semi-opaque bushes texture over your eyes, and then the the hay bed would also similarly put like a, like when you go in here, it would put a texture of like hay over the player's vision. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of work off stream now, but thanks for hanging out, guys. I feel like I did get some good house cleaning done on this. I feel pretty good about that. I think I want to implement some super secret stuff off stream though. Get the juicy stuff going. And, you know, I'll probably end up showing it on stream later anyway, but like I kind of want to like, you know, make the sausage and the secret sauce off screen so it could be surprises for folks. Blue and Nearly Tobias, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for keeping me company. Hope you had a good time. Hope you had a laugh. Maybe learn something. Let's see, what time is it? 9:34. If I feel so inclined, I might hop on later if I get really excited about something I worked on. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And anybody watching the VOD, hit all the buttons, subscribe and follow and sub and fucking ring the bell and all that shit and links to the Discord and get the announcements and every fucking which way intravenously feed my fucking content into your eyeballs. I will see you all very, very soon. Good night, y'all. Peace, peace.